Hello, I'm Mr. Malibu, and here we are today with CryptoDaily. Do you like people to call you by your first name, or do you like to be called CryptoDaily?
I honestly don't mind. Whatever's people more comfortable with. Cameron, that's fine. You can call me Cameron.
Cameron, like James Cameron. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I understand you're an expert filmmaker.
I'm a bit of an amateur professional at this stage. It's my work. I make money off it, but I would describe myself as getting by. But yeah, thank you.
Well, I love how you're expertly able to mix comedy with real, actual computer scientific, market information about the crypto market.
Well, thank you. I think the space could use a bit of, fun. It's a very serious world. A lot of people losing money, a lot of people gaining money. But yeah, I just thought a bit of entertainment's good.
So I was wondering, were you aware that the first known coin to man was in Sierra Leone, Africa? They used large boulders, and you could buy a wife with a boulder.
Right. Okay. Not very convenient, huh?
Right. It wasn't convenient. So when it went over to, it was easier just to have silver and gold coins. It replaced the boulder system.
Right.
And then they said, well, actually, let's just have paper to represent the gold. You can still exchange the paper for the gold, right? But now we're just going to use paper. And then it went to plastic. You could use your credit card. So it went from paper to plastic, and now it's gone to digital, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've been digital for a while with credit, but it's backed by paper, and now we've got digital, not backed by paper. So it's an evolution, yeah.
So I was wondering, I feel like there's a serious war going on, and it's because traditionally the banks have restricted the funding for patents.
Right.
And now, with the ICO, I know there's a lot of scammers, which is unfortunate, but actually it's a new hope for backyard inventors to bring their landmark inventions to the market. Do you think that altruistic belief is pervasive amongst the people who are really investing a lot of money in crypto?
That's a really good question. I know that this is most likely the greatest distribution of wealth that humankind's ever witnessed. Certainly the biggest we're going to see in our lifetimes. But whether or not it's all altruistic, it's probably the most that we've had. Like, if you think about how the centralized banking system established itself, it wasn't probably as fair as this one. And I know some people will say, well, Bitcoin is not fair, Satoshi owns 10% of it or something, but still, it is better than the alternative, and I guess it's the most altruistic version we've seen. So.
You invest as well as reporting on it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Are you happy with your investments so far?
Yeah, so I first got in when Bitcoin was about $2,500, and I invested in some other coins and some ICOs, and my basic philosophy was not to trade them. And I think for some, trading's absolutely going to work, and they're going to make more money trading. For me, I kind of quickly learned trading's not my expertise, so holding, and we saw a crazy boom toward the end of last year. So yeah, doing fairly well. Pretty happy with where I'm at.
So let me ask you, this NLC2 seems like it has a lot of promise.
Yeah.
Did I misunderstand? Are they making a mock game that's based on a real game which you can bet on, or how does that work?
Okay, so there is a secret game coming out, and I am not allowed to say what it is exactly, but it's pretty cool. We're hoping it will have a bit more mainstream appeal. So look forward to that one. Should be out soon.
What do you think about that platform that is dependent on people running 5% of their, PC processing power? Something just seems odd to me about that. Like, I don't know if I want anybody, external companies processing taking place on my computer. Do you feel it's 100% secure?
So there are ways where you can run proof of stake nodes in a pretty secure way. You can have like an online only. It's like there's a security guy here. He'll tell you all about it. But it's basically an emulated machine. so it's not actually running on your machine, and it's pretty safe and secure that way. You can also get like a Raspberry Pi and do it that way. But yeah, it's a little bit complicated, but you know, there are definitely ways to be safe with it.
So I'm hearing like almost every day there's like some hacking going on.
Yeah.
And how come we never once hear hacking like with Chase or with Wells Fargo and all the banks? And if there was, the FBI would be storming and making a huge scene out of it. But all these hacking going on in crypto, and it's like, oh well, there's a backdoor. Oh well, sorry, it was bad programming.
Well, yeah, so a centralized system is probably quite easy to secure, I guess, reasonably, and a decentralized where the ledger's everywhere, that's the key, you know, securing that. I think the hacks primarily have come in bugs in the code for like smart contracts, which is still fledgling technology. I think the banks are still riding the waves of things they created and perfected like 10, 20 years ago. So I think we'll eventually get there. You know, the banks have the advantage of time over us, so eventually I think we'll get there.
And I heard you say that you're going to become a Hollywood filmmaker. Is that what you're going to do?
If any films wanna hire me as an actor, sure.
That's great. You know, I just spent the last 2 years. I was having a lot of fun doing some business development with the gentleman who owns the patent that created iTunes.
Really?
And I was doing very deep research into the psychology of social currency as it relates in a social media environment. And I've come to the conclusion that inspiration is actually a commodity.
That's deep.
Did you know that the World Health Organization says that because of everybody texting every few minutes and cell phone addictions, that global depression and anxiety is going to be the worst problem this world has ever seen within about a year or two?
I know that depression gets, you know, more and more people are affected by it, and mental health is like on a decline. I don't know if there's an exact correlation between the rise of social media and that. I'm pretty sure for some it doesn't help. Maybe for some it does help, but no, it's a serious issue, and it gets worse every year. I don't know too much about it. It's kind of out of my forte, but...
Well, anyway, thank you for taking the time
Pleasure.
to come out to Venice Beach here.
Yeah.
You're an amazing reporter, and I hope it explodes and you get millions and millions of more views.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.